Hey, good morning, big bikers. Well, those of you that have been watching the channel for a little while know that I like to, for some really strange reason, start my long rides at the coast. This is I'm at Nudgee Beach. It tides out. It's more a mud flat than a beach, but you know, near the water. So the bike's packed. Got the Moscow Moto gear on. Just not carrying much this time. Well, I mean, you know, this is basically all just clothes and computer gear, and then just tools and just some stuff may need on the road. Anyway, that's it. The bike is prepped, ready to go. The only thing I'm concerned about is the fork seal. I'll keep an eye on that as we travel down the coast, but basically the plan is we're going to follow from Brisbane all the way down through to near Armidale today, but we're going to be off-road most of the way. We're going to go from Armidale down through to kind of about Gloucester, Nundle, and then cut west. So Melbourne, from Brisbane, where I am, Melbourne is about 800 kilometres west of here, but it's also about 2,000 kilometres south. So kind of got to spend our time heading southwest the whole time. So that's kind of where we're up to. I'm going to head now over to meet a group of guys at Boona, filling up, having coffee, making introductions. A lot of guys I've not met before. And then it's into it, and we've got to get to Ebor tonight. So, yeah, I'm going to try and get there before the Indonesian GP, which is turning out to be quite interesting. Alrighty, there you go. MotoGP Ride to Phillip Island 2023 begins. Let's go. Oh, look at that. Mr. Jones, a bit of a fat bottom girl today. Well, guess what? It's a ride day today. Oh, yeah. So I've got a couple of tunnels I've got to get through. As you know, I've always got a couple of tunnels I've got to get through to get out to the dirt. Oh, yeah, she's excited. So we've got a couple of tunnels we've got to get through, and we're going to hit the dirt. Got to meet up with Shervo and the boys. So got to ride about an hour and 10 minutes out to a place called Boona. Got to meet up with Shervo and the boys out there. There's five bikes going off-road, and we're going to meet up. So Shervo knows all the guys. I know a couple of the fellas from the last trip I did with these folk, and then we're going riding. So we've got the African Twin, we've got a KLR 650, we've got a KTM 1190, we've got a T7, and we've got Shervo on his 701. His 901 Norden, which, you know, if I'm nice to him, and he might let me have a little ride on that. So, alright, that's it. That's what's going on. Basically Australia, and I suppose it is for everywhere in the world. Every MotoGP that the MotoGP circus goes to, every track they go to in every country around the world, there's pilgrimages by the MotoGP lovers. The pilgrimage in Australia is from all over. I've been talking to guys that are coming over from Western Australia with big ride. We're talking to guys that are coming over from South Australia. There's people from North Queensland coming down. There's just going to be so many bikes on the road. I wonder how many of them we're going to be seeing off-road. But it is a pilgrimage to Phillip Island, and The ride down is pretty much well, can sometimes be better than we're going down for the racing, of course, but you can sit at home and watch it on TV. We're actually going down because it's 10 days on the motorbike, and who doesn't love that? Glenn, you're not coming on the whole ride, are you? This is a cameo appearance for you.
No, I'm coming. I've just packed really, really light.
All right, this is that new Moscow Moto ultralight stuff.
Just going to ride with this till lunchtime and turn around and come home. So.
Yeah, it's beautiful. No, it'd be good. So these scooters just rolled in, the old two-stroke Vespers. Very, very funny. These guys are out having a great time. I love it. Alright, everyone's ready. Waiting on me, as usual. Let's go. So when we were planning this trip, Shervo said to me that at least every day we would include one of the iconic adventure rides on the Australian East Coast, and so that's what we tried to do. Today was going to be a little bit of Paddy Flat Road, a little bit of the Convict Trail from Glen Innes to Grafton, it's not really Convict Road, and then a little bit of the Chalundi Forest. So that was what the plan was to get us to Ebor. Stupid thing. T7, everything going alright? Norden going alright?
Norden's going good, but needs suspension in the front.
Yeah.
And falls through the back a bit. Still not 100% sold on the Metzeler's.
No.
Not sure they're any better than the STRs.
Well, the Pirelli rallies are about the only thing I'll use, but I've got to use up the rest of my Moto's Desert, which I'm not overly happy with, but does the job. Noisy is buggery on the road. Oh, we've only got another 300 or 400 k's of this, mate.
That's alright. That's a fuck pump, isn't it?
Right. So when we say air your tyre down, mate, not all the way. They got to leave some in it.
I'm blaming his gauge. It just stays at the same reading.
So I reckon the next event.
You didn't reset it. No, we reset it, but it went reading, and then it didn't.
I hope we don't have flat battery on the Norden now. I love that battery position on that. That's so good.
At least you can get through it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Air filter under the seat. That's the way you do it. Never easy. Alright, we're back onto the dirt, Paddy's Flat Road. So we filled up at Urbanville. We're going to follow this all the way down through to about Tabulum, and then we're going to take the Ewangar Forest Road down through Lionville to Carnham Road, and then pop out the back at, oh, it's very loose. We're going to pop out the back to Jack Adry, probably have lunch there, fill up, and then we'll make a run down through the back to Dalmorton. then through the forest to Ebor. Now we crossed the border, we lost an hour. I'll have to drop some air into that back tyre. So I aired down the front from 32 to about 25, 23 it is, but this road looks like it's been freshly graded, so it's pretty loose. So we're just taking it easy. I'm not trying to, oh fuck, there's 5 coming, mate, 5 coming. So I'm trying not to spool up too much and make too much dust behind me. So Paddy's Flat Road is a little bit notorious for, particularly on the weekends, a couple of people have lost their life on this road by having head-ons with four-wheel drives. There's a couple of sections here that are actually quite get my mouth working, tight and twisty, so your four-wheel drives not really allowing on some of the narrow roads for bikes coming the other way, and you've got bikes kind of travelling a little bit faster than maybe they should be, and there's been a couple of fatalities on this road, so I mention that to everyone. We'll keep that in mind as we head down this road, but aim is to try and get to Ebor around 4:30. We should be okay, but that's about a 650k run for day one, so how good is this country? It's dry though, boy is it dry. Apart from the temperature, I don't think you could get a better kind of day. I just want to make sure I'm taking the right road. pushing it a bit this afternoon, I reckon. Struggling a little bit against the clock, but we always knew that was going to be the case. And as soon as we get into this tighter, more mountainous forestry trails, it's going to take the pace down a little bit. Oh, phew. You gotta go up, you gotta come down. Kind of east, we're kind of between Jack Edgery and Dalmorton. Oh, hello. For those of you that know the area, but oh man, it's dry. There's been a big fire through here. Just some of the footage. I don't know. I've had footage earlier. That was a little bit soft for my liking. I'm not very happy with this Desert HT. I thought I'd burn it up on this trip before I put the Pirelli on, but there's been a couple of occasions where it's just behaving badly, so anyway, here's what it is. Not a very exciting video because it's just me. No. And another gate. Okay. Yeah, we're going to be pushing for time this afternoon, I think. Oh well. Well, that didn't take long. I just stopped to check this. It didn't take long. She's leaking already. Didn't even make day one. That's very disappointing. Oh well. What we can do about that? Just waiting for these guys. Delays like that are too long. It generally means somebody's gone down. Well, that was one of those situations where, you know, you're waiting, you go, oh no, somebody's come off, someone's hurt themselves. But, yeah, somebody's lost a camera. So, that, you know, they're $600 or $700 these days, so, yeah, nobody wants to leave them on the side of the road. Alright, I think everyone's getting a bit fatigued. Still got a couple hundred k's of this to go. I know I'm starting to feel it, the fatigue. I'll get back out onto some main track shortly and just take it easy. This sort of stuff really knocks your average around when you're trying to cover distance. So I sent Shermo on ahead. Just, he spent his whole time down the back, so he's been eating dust all day, so give him a bit of clean air. But, the Swedish machine let it have its head. Yep, that going straight on the brakes, that oil. She's hot, it is so hot. That silky oak. Oh, that golden thing. So we're at Dalmorton. It's an old historical settlement from a long time ago. Here come the boys. Oh, it sounds like probably Aaron actually on the T7. If we can hear it. Yep. Alright, so it's getting late in the day. It's local time is 5 PM. I've got one clock set to Queensland time, one to New South Wales. So, big hole. So out on top of the ridge at Chalundi National Park, we're up at 1100 metres. It's significantly cooler, which is fantastic, but we are fair pushing against the time now. We should have been there half an hour ago. That was kind of the plan, was to get there about 4:30. Now 5 o'clock. We did call them from Jack Adri and said, look, we're going to be about an hour late, so we've moved that to 5:30, but still we're not going to be there in half an hour. So I'll just have a look in the mirror if you can at that dust. So that's been the problem today. We haven't really been able to ride together as a group because that campground up there. We haven't been able to ride together as a day because it's been so incredibly dry and dusty, and it's just been absolutely horrid. So it's very difficult for anyone to to ride with someone else, so we've all just had to be separated completely. We've spread out, and that just whenever we stop at a corner marker or something just slows everything down. But hey, that's what happens, that's how it goes. But as I said, we're up on top of the ridge. We came this way actually on the Ride the Divide. We camped up here that night at that really nice, wasn't really a campground, it was a bloke's property that we stayed in, but let's not tell him. So lots of really cool stuff in the forest. We, as I said, we've just got to get to Ebor tonight. There's a turn off up here, and I'll stop at the turn off and I'll wait for everyone to regroup, and then we'll take off again. Because I've got no idea what's happening behind me. I mean, they could have been, some breakdowns, mechanical repairs or anything, so. Anyway. I'll come and talk to you when I've got an update. I'm trying to go as fast as I can to give you time for the dust to settle.
Yeah, well, I was like, I'll just let him go. And then I just thought, I'm not in any rush. And then the dust started to go away, and I'm like, am I still going in the right direction? But then every now and then there must have been a few dry spots. And
yeah.
Pop up. I'm like, no, I'm still going.
Yep. Well, yeah, I mean, the rule of thumb is, if the road goes straight on at an intersection, just go that way.
Yeah, keep going.
And
So, Shervo, tell me, that was 600 Ks?
That was a big day. It was lots of dust. The tracks were pristine, led very well, I might add.
Oh, it was very dry though.
I enjoyed being sweep rider. Have a look at me.
Well, the problem with the dust is we couldn't bunch up and we had to kind of spread out so far, and it just caused delays at corner markers and all that sort of stuff. But we made it to Ebor, and they've given us a shed, which is fantastic. The bikes are all tucked away. So what's the time, mate?
It's almost up past 6.
Is it beer o'clock?
It's beer o'clock.
Right.
Let's go.